What's up, y'all? It's Daniel the Shoemmelier, and welcome to my top 12 sneakers released so far. Why 12? Well, because there are 12 months in the year, and I fully intend to release 12 different videos focusing on my favorite sneakers released thus far. Now, at the beginning of March, I will do a video where I count down 11 sneakers that are my favorite releasing in the month of January and February. When I get to April, I will do 10 for January, February, March, and so on. So about the time I get to December or early January, I've counted down to my absolute number one favorite sneaker released in 2025. Now, shout out to Taylor, TG, Tweedledunk, who gave me this idea, because people like to do their best of lists at the end of the year, or if you're complex, they basically crown the best sneaker of the year in August. But you have sneaker blogs, you have ShoeTube content creators, you have magazines that put their lists together and then they put their top 10 or top 15 or whatever. And I thought it would be interesting and fun and very different to keep a running tally all year long. Keep videos where I talk about, well, what do I think are my top 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 videos released thus far. So this video focuses on the month of January. Each one's gonna be 1 month plus a month, etc. So I'm not gonna talk about shoes that were released on February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. We're just gonna focus on the month of January, and there's gonna be 12 sneakers on there. Could these 12 sneakers make it to February? No, because we're cutting one. It's only gonna be 11. But there's also more shoes releasing in the month of February, so as the year goes on, I have to find out what shoes still speak to me that were released in January. Do I like them in June, March? Do I like them in December, etc.? So the longer we go in the year, the harder it's going to be for me to put a list together, because I still have shoes holding over from the beginning of the year, and they are in competition with shoes that are coming out the previous month. Make sense? All right, so let's get down to it. Here are my 12 favorite sneakers released so far in the month of January 2025. In no particular order, first up, the Air Jordan 3 Black Cat. Now, on the Kicking It Social Hour podcast, which I produce and sometimes appear, or at the very least you hear my voice, you can see a little bit of here, they have a segment called Bring 'Em Back, where the two hosts talk about the sneakers that they wish Nike, specifically Jordan more than likely, would retro. And these are shoes that maybe they haven't retroed in years, or they want a more truer version to the original, etc. And then they go around the room and ask people what they think. And I have said two different sneakers. Number one, Gamma 11s, which I'm getting at the end of this year. And the second one, Black Cat 3. Nike listened to me. Jordan Brand was listening. They knew what your boy wanted. The Black Cat 3, glad to have it. One of my favorite sneakers released in January. Next up, and yes, I realize me saying this goes against pretty much everything that I usually say about this particular person and his design / collaborations. It's the Travis Scott and Nike Field Zoom Jacks, or Zoom Field Jacks. I don't particularly like this sneaker for me, but I like that it's different. I like that it's not a Jordan 1 low or a Dunk low, and it's not just like, oh, it's a backward swoosh on a Mac Attack or whatever. I think it's fine. I would be interested to see other colorways that come out. It's not really for me, but I cannot I cannot disagree with it being one of the 12 best top favorite sneaker releases of January, so it's on the list for now. Number 3, the Adidas Harden Volume 9 Cyber Metallic. I really like the way this shoe looked, and I believe I saw a picture of this shoe next to a Cybertruck, and it looked like it would fit perfectly. But for all you 80s kids out there, I think this shoe looks like the spaceship from Flight of the Navigator, and to me, that's all I needed to see, because I like that shoe. I don't own any Hardens. This might be the first one that I just break down and go, I need to get that shoe. It's silver. I don't like the sock type ankle collar whole thing. It's not for me, but because of Flight of the Navigator and compliance, I'm probably gonna get this shoe. But that's why it's on the top 12 so far. The Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 in Racer Pink, Andre Agassi, tennis. Those commercials with the Canon, I think the Canon Rebel. Again, nostalgia. I just talked about the Flight of the Navigator. I just talked about bringing them back. This Tech Challenge 2, it's a smart shoe. The spirit of the 90s is alive today in fashion. So why not? I love it. It's a cool shoe. It's chunky. It's a great shoe. It's a fantastic shoe. It's on the top 12. The Adidas Clot Superstar by Edison Chen. Not a shoe that I would rock. Not a shoe that I necessarily want or even kind of like. But I love big swings. I love creative designs and art out of nowhere, and I love the reimagination of this silhouette by Edison Chen and Clot. Edison Chen is one of the most important designers in sneakers, not just at Adidas, but what he was able to do with Clot, with Juice, with Nike, etc. And the stuff that he is pumping out is super cool. It's super unique. And I believe that if I was into ska music, I never was, but these seem like perfect ska shoes, don't you think? Like, these are the shoes I feel like people were wearing to ska dance or whatever they called it. But regardless, top 12 shoe for the month of January. Number 6, the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Year of the Mamba. I say eggplant. I think some others might prefer the red and gold. I am more drawn to the eggplant in gold, the purple in gold, but you could insert either colorway here. For me, it's the eggplant. I like this Kobe silhouette. Don't really care so much for the Mamba snake on it. It's a little bit too much ornamentation for my sake, but I like it. And, you know, Kobe's are hit or miss. Some are like really good and some are just like, eh. And no, I'm not going off of resale or hype or anything like that, but it's definitely a shoe with a little bit of commotion, and that's why it's on this list. Number 7, the Adidas and Fear of God Athletics Trainer in the Night Brown and Sesame. Now, I like Jay Lorenzo, and I like Fear of God, and I like what they're doing with Adidas, and I wish they would do things more and do it quickly. And I don't care that the shoes go instantly on discount through Adidas or whatever. I don't care. I like the shoes. I wish they would take more risks with color, but it seems like materials and build, very Frank Gehry-esque on this silhouette, is the risks that they are taking. And it sold out on Confirmed. I had to buy it from an Australian store, shout out to Harrison Cable, up there, who had a killer pair of collaborations with New Balance. But I'm glad I got them. They are en route, coming all the way from Australia, mate. So looking forward to trying them on and seeing them, because I like what he's pumping out. And I hope the relationship doesn't end too soon, but it's definitely a top 12 shoe for me. Number 8, the Nike Air Diamond Turf OG. Some are calling it the Falcons colorway. Others are like, oh, it's like the 49ers and whatever. Regardless, I don't buy into Deion Sanders' whole shtick. I think it's entertaining. I think it's fine. I would be interested to see how good of a coach he is without Travis Hunter and then his first son and then his other son who's going to get smoked in the NFL. I mean, I couldn't do it, so kudos to him. But regardless, very entertaining player. Very, very fun for baseball, very fun for football. And the shoes, they're really cool. I like them. I'm not sure that I can pull them off or rock them. It'd be fun. And who can't like a red, black, gold, white colorway? Top 12 shoe, once again for now. Number 9, the Nike Pegasus Premium. Now, I believe, was it Paris Fashion Week last year? There was something when it released, it was teased, maybe one of the Paris Fashion Weeks when Nike did the whole AI 4D, 3D printing design of shoes. I really feel like that white orange was the motif, the theme of that whole activation, that whole thing. So it's a great looking shoe. I think it's nice looking in a way that's like, oh, that's a cool lifestyle shoe built on a shoe that is predominantly for running. I don't know. Can you run in a Pegasus Premium? I don't know. Are they going to call it the Peg Pre? Not really sure. But regardless, I think it's a cool shoe. I think it's a fun shoe. And it's a shoe worthy enough to be on this very early list of top 12 favorite shoes of 2025. Number 10, the New Balance 1906L in the Juniper and Navy colorway. I love the silver colorway from last year. I think this is a step down in design, in quality, and if I'm being honest, this is one of those shoes that did not make the first or second round of me putting a list together. I struggled putting together 12 picks. 8 were solid. I knew what 8 were going to be. The next 4 were like, I guess. I solicited some opinions from friends and kind of went through different people's releases, and I was like, I like it enough. It won't make it past January. Number 11, the Riot Skate Shop and Nike SB Dunk Low. Shout out to TG Tweedle Dunk for this recommendation. This is another one that made it because of solicitation of suggestions. It won't be on February because I don't personally identify with this sneaker as being something I really like. Taylor was over the moon about the quality of the shoe. He thinks it's really nice, it's really great, and if you're into all of that, I'm sure you love it. I'm not into the whole thing, so it's not, I don't appreciate it. I know some people may go like, oh man, I appreciate the Riot Dunk way more than I do Jerry Lorenzo and his athletics trainer, and I get that, but that's why it's my list. But regardless, it's definitely, if I gotta be honest, a seat-filling shoe. I needed to fill out 12 spots, and this was a shoe that filled out 12 spots. And then number 12, the 12th shoe added to my list, which should tell you how I really feel about it, the Nike Book 1 Sedona colorway. Fun fact, I actually had the Forrest Gump colorway listed first because I needed a shoe. And I was like, I like that. In hand, it's fine. It's cool. It's a good looking shoe. I won't wear it. I don't have it. I don't really want it. But then talking with TG, he was like, the Sedona is way better and it has a way better story. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I would say that of all the releases that we have seen of the Book 1, I guess this is kind of the best, kind of my favorite. I'm still would be hoping for some of the player exclusives that he wore, which will probably never see the light of day, which is a shame, but whatever. Regardless, it's on the list. The last 3 just happened to be shoes that were in the last 3 or 4 that I added onto that. I can't remember who the 4th one was, but definitely I think it was the Kobe. The Kobe maybe the Diamond Turf. Not really sure. But regardless, this Nike Book 1 slid in at the 11th, 12th hour to be my number 12 slot. My top 12 favorite sneaker releases of the year so far for the month of January. And there you have it, 12 shoes. Now, at the beginning of March, reminder, I will be back with a top 11 list for the sneakers released in January and February. Will these shoes make it? Who will survive the next month? Who will survive to the very end? Obviously, there are already some heavy-hitting shoes that have released in the beginning of February, and that will be released in the middle of February. Things are going to get tight already. So it will be exciting to see how these things all work together, which shoes I get rid of, which shoes will make it to the end, so that I keep a running tally of my favorite sneaker releases of the year so far. So not only do I have to take other sneakers into account when creating this list, but then I lose 1 slot every month from 12 all the way to 1. So that'll be fun and exciting so that I don't just have to put a list together at the end going, what were my favorite shoes? I will have 11 videos by the end, and it'll be rough. It'll be rough because the Gamma 11 comes out in December, and I'll have to bring over a shoe maybe to December. And is that going to be my favorite release? I don't know, but that's what's going to make this a lot of fun. So be sure to follow along with my top favorite shoe releases of the year as I count down from 12 to 1 in the months of January all the way to December. If you think my picks were stupid, if you think I missed out on any of these sneakers, or why is this on this list, let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I missed your favorite Adidas, Puma, New Balance, Hoka, Louis Vuitton. These aren't just like basketball sneakers. If something comes out by Balenciaga and I really like it, I'll put it on there, But let me know what I missed in the comment section down below, and let me know what I was crazy on. Let's just talk about all of it down there, engagement. So to all of you out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill till the next episode.